Hey there everyone, this is Carrie with Any Day Blessings, and today I have with you a long-awaited tips and tricks video for God's Design for Life from Master Books. Now, I have promised you in other videos and on Instagram and Facebook that I would be doing a video series on this curriculum over 3 different videos. And this is the first video. If you are not yet subscribed to the channel, I would encourage you to do that so that you can catch the other 2 videos in this series. But I decided to break it up so that it wouldn't be such a long video. And maybe there are just, 1 or 2 videos that you want to watch, so you don't have to watch the whole thing to try and find the information you'd like. So what I'm doing in this video is I'm going to give you my schedule for using this course. Now, Master Books does provide a very detailed schedule for doing science 4 times a week, and they give you the reading that you have to do, the assignments, everything. That is all done for you. So why am I creating my own? Why am I doing this video? Well, the long and short of it is that when I look at a curriculum and I see 36 full weeks of stuff, I get a little anxious about that. I get a little concerned that, the perfectionist in me, the type A personality mom that I am, and that my son is as well, we're going to look at that and we're going to say, oh, that means there's no time for us to get sick, or there's no time for us to explore, or there's no time for us to take extra time doing an assignment and things like that. So I typically try to schedule about 32 weeks of material, somewhere in there, and that kind of gives me some built-in days for projects to take longer, for us to follow my son's interest on a topic, for us to feel like we don't need to make up work days if we get sick. So that's just my little rule of thumb when I'm planning for a school year, and I'm going to show you how I do that, and give you some tips and tricks on scheduling this course if the pre-made schedule from Master Books isn't working for your family. I'm just going to give you some tips and tricks on that. That's this first video. And just as a little looking ahead, video 2 is going to be actually diving into the content of the course, showing you the types of projects you can do at the end of each section. There are 3 sections here. I'm going to show you the end of the section projects. A lot of people have been asking about those in different Facebook groups that I'm in. I'm also going to show you in that second video the supplemental books that I purchased to go along with this course. I've got some coloring pages, and I've got the handprint book. What is that? The Work of Your Hand, and I've got Life Before Birth, and I've also got the Big Book of Animals, which I'm super excited about, and it's designed to do what it does do. So got a lot of fun books from Master Books, and I'm going to incorporate those into this schedule, which is another reason why I needed to cut out some things or rearrange some things a bit, because I really wanted to bring those supplemental books in to the course. Now, don't need them. You can just do this book as provided and have a completely delightful science year. I wanted to do those books, and my son wanted to have those other books as well. So that's going to be video 2, looking into how I'm bringing in those books and showing you the content and actual workload of this course. Video 3 is going to be about the beginner book and this book together, putting them side by side, giving you some tips and tricks for placement help. We get that question a lot in the Facebook group, and so I'm going to just show you side by side the 2 together, and then I'm also going to show you how they work in tandem. So if you have a younger child and an older child working together, how that's going to look for this particular course. So if you have the God's Design for Heaven and Earth, or the God's Design for the Physical World, or God's Design for Chemistry and Ecology, the same tips and tricks will apply to those courses. The nice thing about the Answers in Genesis courses that Master Books now publishes is the consistency of style between them. So you can apply these tips and tricks to any one of the God's Design courses. Okay? All right, so if you are not yet subscribed, please go ahead and do that now so you will see when those other videos pop up. And go ahead and give me a like and let me know that you like this style of video. It really does help me out a lot on how I prioritize what videos I make next, seeing which ones people seem to like and are the most helpful to you all. Okay, so this is what I have done as far as planning this course. Now, like I said, in the teacher's guide, this is actually the student book, this here, and I will kind of give you a little tease for video 2, I don't have the teacher guide. And I will tell you in video 2 why I don't have the teacher guide, okay? But in that teacher guide is a full 36-week schedule, every day planned out for you. And you could just, like I said, use that and have a delightful science year. But we are finishers in this house, and we like to complete. We like to complete a course. And when I look at that full 36 weeks, I think, oh, mercy, we're not going to get all that done. So I started looking through here, and I said, okay, I've got 105 actual lessons. Right here you can see lesson 1, Is It Alive? That's the first lesson, and that's meant to be done in a day setting. Of course, you could even break that up and do it in smaller chunks if you want, but the intention of the course is to complete one lesson per day that you do science. There are 105 of those. In the Master Books schedule that it provides in the teacher guide, they have science scheduled 4 times per week. That would give you 144 days of science, okay? So in a 180 school day year, if you did science 5 days a week, you would finish early and you would have 36 days of school, science that you need to fill. So if you're a 5-day-a-week science family, just know that this particular course provides 144 science days of activity, okay? Now, at this age, in elementary school, I don't know too many families that do science every single day, but if you are a real science-loving family and you do, I just wanted to let you know that this would only take you up to that point, okay? Now, one thing that is in this course that I want to highlight, see here where it says special feature. These pop up throughout the course. These are not actually lessons. These are just little enrichment readings. They're not even, there's no assignments with them or anything. I'm going to see if I can hop over here to the first one that comes up. There, okay. So this one here is a special feature on Carl Linnaeus, and he is the father of taxonomy. And in the lessons previous to this, you actually learn about what taxonomy is and little ways that you can memorize the different parts to his taxonomy system, and really a great way to follow up the lessons that you've learned. However, if you're like me and you're looking to debulk a course just a little bit and give yourself that breathing room, these special features are actually the perfect thing that I found to take out. So initially, we are going to skip all of these special features. There's about 15 or so of them throughout the course. They just kind of, like I said, they pop up like right here, just sporadically throughout. We're going to take those out. We're not going to do those. There's no assignments associated with those, no science experiments associated with those. So we're just going to skip them initially, okay? Now, that leaves me with the 105 lessons. Now, in the Master Books teacher guide that goes with this course, it schedules in 1 day per each quiz. There are 18 quizzes with this course. It goes with each unit. So there's a quiz after here, quiz here, quiz here, here. See, there's 6 units per section, 18 quizzes, okay? So you add those 18 quiz days to the 105 lesson days. That gives you 123 days, okay? Now, if you remember from my goal, I am planning to do 144 scheduled days of science. 4 days a week, 144 days. So I've already got 123. I've got 123 days with just the lessons and the quizzes. I don't quite need to leave myself that much flex room. So I went through and I looked at the projects. I'm going to show you this in video 2 more in depth, but I'm going to show you the projects here. The first one. This is the very first project, okay? Now, in the Master Book schedule, they allow 1 day. They treat this as a lesson. Lesson 35 is 1 day. But when you read about making a collage and writing a poem, I know that's going to take my child more than one day because we allow about 20 minutes a day for science. Unless we have a very involved activity, then we might go up to 40 minutes or so. But typically, we'll write about 20 minutes for science, and that keeps everyone fresh and loving it and just the right amount of work. So I went through and I looked at all of the projects. There's three major projects, maybe four. You could call one of them a project. Excuse me one second. I'm so sorry. I'm getting over a really bad cold, and I thought I was well enough to do this, but I still got that cough. All right, so I went through and I looked at the final projects in here, and the schedule in the Master Books Teacher Guide is giving 1 day to do those. And I know that we're going to need more than that. Excuse me. So there are 3 projects, and I'm thinking 3 days for each of those projects. That will give my son about an hour per project-ish to work on those, and I think that's going to be much better for us. So, got my 105 lessons, my 18 quiz days, and my 9 project days. That gives me a total of 132 days of science. I'm scheduling that we're going to do science 144 days. So that gives me 12 flex days that we can do our standardized testing and just skip science. We can take a field trip and just skip science. We can be sick. Oh, I don't want to. Excuse me. And not have to worry about making up science. Those 12 days are going to be perfect for me. So that's how I have broken this up. That's how I'm going to schedule it. I'm going to put this here. If you want to screenshot this, I'm going to zoom in and wrap this up because I've really got my cough going. I'm going to screenshot that. And that's how we are breaking up our science. So if we get all the way done and we still want to go, guess what? We'll go back and do those special features. All right, I'm just going to say goodbye. See you next time.